desert as the Geico Players era. With Joseph Tugler and Chris Sinak rounding end. Remember, he replaced Mike Bray a couple years ago, the all-time winningest coach in program history.
Turns from that team that went to the championship game.
Little putback attempt on the interior wouldn't go from Harrelson. And now the Cougars looking to push with Flemings. How impressive has he been? Nice little find underneath. Beautiful dime. Notre Dame losing here Monday to Kansas, but yesterday they bounced back. They beat Rutgers in a 5-point win, 60 back. There's a corner pocket three from Sharp. That won't go. And Houston now 1 of 4. Tugler, beautiful down.
The offensive glass.
How do the Irishmen deal with all of the athleticism from this Houston team? Three-pointer one. Here comes Uzan to the rack.
One another, they share it. They're in attack mode, and they make quick decisions when they have the ball. That's going to be off the knee of Notre Dame.
Sinak fights his way to the center of the paint. Look at that crisp movement from the Cougars. Flemings from deep. Incredible bond, father and son, but they are all business. And they're going to need a big one from Braden and this bunch if they're going to
spot Burton there. Allow for that play to develop and a terrific read for the Deuce.
This is Sharp doing his dance. And what has been a ragged start for the Fighting Irish. Sharp from deep. And couldn't protect the glass.
That's the one concern for Notre Dame. You play good defense on the front line, but you've got
his own shots.
And he's also trying to get a sense of how they're going to guard him. Just a little too much the conference season.
And look, obviously a decorated high school player in Texas, Gatorade High School Player of the Year in the state.
Quality and intensity.
Here comes Burton, their offensive catalyst, stops on a dime. That's a tough turnaround. Harwell misses a little mid-range J. Gets it into the corner. Ramon Walker in late December last year that ended his season, but hoping to be at peace in Kelvin Sampson's rotation this season. Starting to catch fire. Shrewsbury from deep. Fighting Irish desperate for some outside shooting as Burton.
Not just score, but he's going to have to win some possessions for him as well.
Burton lost the handle. Turnover. JoJo Tugler. Former Notre Dame Fighting Irishman himself. Checking into the game here for Kelvin Sampson. Walker.
You got to get comfortable in that environment.
Nice hard fake Burton. Serta. Not sure if he called glass, but they'll go from Serta as we cross the 8-minute mark in his first half. Flemings outside. This is Sharp. That's a long three. Back in a position to contend for a national championship this season. And he is off to a flying start as Harrelson is bumped on a Fighting Irish. The big boost that they got when Marcus Burton elected to return for
environment. Pat Garrity, the new GM. I think he's going to do a heck of a job for them as well. So it'll take some time, but I foresee. The one element of that, though, is, again, with a typical freshman, not the, the 5-star phenom. It could take a year or two before they're ready to contribute at a.
Sharp is 4 of 5 from the floor. He's 3 of 4 from deep. Harrelson gets his way into the paint. And he's going to win team from a year ago. And they take the next step this season. Harwell into the paint. Uzan 9 on the timer. Into the corner. Up and under. Beautifully done by Walker. Really impressive so far in this first half. There's Harwell on the attack. And more free throws coming up. This is Imes looking for a crease. Frost, shot clock at 3. Serta gets a soft.
And Notre Dame needed it.
Uzan on the drive is bumped. Graphic earlier, Houston top 5 in the country in scoring defense, giving up just 59 per game. JoJo Tugler get Marcus Burton's scoring game going. The #1 scorer, better than 20 per. but he has been awfully quiet as a scorer so far in this.
Remember, they played Houston last year in this tournament and didn't have Burton's services, so they're really hoping his speed against ball screens could be an advantage for them. And
he was up above 23 per.
He's proven his worth as a player. The problem, though, for Burton also is for Notre Dame, right? You're playing 3 consecutive days, and you just don't have the physical talent really to match up with Houston. But you want to find out if he's got the player. And Serta now getting an opportunity to get to the line, which is a friend right now if you're Notre Dame.
Trying to take Logan Imes. Now they're going to reset. Chase McCarty has come into the game for Tugler. Boy, look out. Rare fast break opportunity. This is Frost, the freshman. Imes. Early offense for the Fighting Irish.
They just got to relax a little bit, calm down. They should be a little more comfortable with the size.
Burton. At one point had a 22-point lead, but it has been trimmed down to 14 as we hit the final 60 seconds. Uzan putting on a show for his family and friends. This is Logan Imes on a corner 3.
And here, there's going to be a lot of excitement on that Irish bench.
Burton, beautiful step through. Boy, couldn't finish the bank. Masterful footwork. Shrewsbury has talked about how tenacious a defender Imes has been for them. Hoping to have that carry into the season. We're going to get a tie.
It's just confidence, and when you're a confident player, you're a better basketball player. So let's hope that we get some fireworks here in the second half.
Manuel Schultz, Hugler, and Jive fighting for it. Ahead of the pack comes Sanak. Boy, look out. Ooh. My goodness, Cole Serta with a nasty.
Some guys have them, like no ligaments in the face. Yeah, let's get back to the game. I want to enjoy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
This is Uzan on a 3 short. There's too much interior strength from the Cougars. Chris Sanak couldn't squeeze it. The fresh Irish are fresh 20 as we are past the 17-minute mark. Burton elevates. They got a piece. Finished 8-12 in the ACC, tied for 9th in the conference. Shot clock at 2. They got to work quickly. Burton to Frost. Baseline floater, and he gets it. Here comes Uzan diagonally. They got a clean strip. Looked like it was Imes. 2-on-1 run out. Burton to the cup, and here come the Irish. Houston Cougars traveling to Waco on the gridiron, and it will be Houston and Baylor at noon Eastern.
Concern for them is they've got to do a better job on that defensive backboard. At -12 in terms of second chance points. So that's an area.
On the road at Ohio State. And then they fell to Kansas here on Monday before taking care of Rutgers. Offense going again.
It's the usual suspects, really. They're a much more of a perimeter-oriented team. Uzan, Sharp, Flames don't matter if you're not competing, if you're not fighting, you know. And fear will take away your ability to compete. I think they've gotten over that.
Shooter, can he get his shot going? To try to give them a chance. Imes dials it up. That's a 3.
Baskets that you can get when you've got the ability to score at the rim from your front line.
Imes is going to pull. It's a good, clean look, but the official
to believe and execute. You get quality shots. You keep Houston out of transition in terms of turnovers. Well, they're going to get.
They're going to count the basket. Marcus Burton will take it. 3-point play complete. And we got a single-digit. Tugler, he's got all that strength. Sharp. A lot of isolation play here. Sharp turns the corner, and then he left it. They were. This was a 26-4 game. About midway point through the first half. Tugler, they just can't put one down. Team pick in the Big Sky has been one of.
So that's actually a shot. He's actually shooting it off the backboard.
It's 7. Imes crowded on the perimeter. Harrelson got to work quickly. Here he comes to the basket. Lays it up and in. And no points in 4 minutes. Uzan steps into a 3. That's no good. Rebound, put back. It's
everything changed.
This was a 26-4 lead in the early couple of minutes for Houston. Can they get this thing closer now? 14-4 Notre Dame run in the last 6 minutes. Harrelson cross into the center of the paint, and they're
loaded defense, and the young fella is starting to deliver.
Here comes Sharp, and he's turned back. How about that?
Bucket for Houston. They just needed to see the ball go through the basket.
There's a little flick at the rim as Burton works.
Great offensive execution there by Houston. Now for me, Notre Dame taking care of the basketball. Only 5 turnovers in this game, and that's an area where
in the preseason poll this year in the ACC.
They have accounted themselves rebound the basketball.
Some Houston State.
Well, you got to tell where it all started. It all started in France, though.
Born in France, yeah. He's going to get himself to the free throw line. 1-1. First one is good. Out of Notre Dame High School for Kelvin Sampson, averaging about 11 minutes per. The junior slashes into the paint, trying to create some space. Look at Miller's defense. Textbook defense from Miller. Reset, 7 to shoot. Got to work quickly here. Spins his way inside, and the officials are getting 17 points yesterday in the loss to Tennessee. Guy who's going to become a big-time scorer, Khalid. The Oklahoma transfer. Master P, who was quite the accomplished basketball player in his day.
Make him say,
And his pop, by the way, who is currently the president of basketball at the University of New Orleans.
The intensity level has geared back up here for Houston.
Harrells into the cup, misses the reverse, but they're going to put it.
He's not upset that his team is in a dogfight right now, because it really does give him a chance. You've got to be willing to make those. You got to win the 50-50 battle.
Sacco chiseling his way.
And Sacco has come in and given them some quality minutes, hasn't he?
Boy, had that game saved. Can the Fighting Irish get their offensive game back off the ground here? Down 13 points with 4 and change to play. Burton is hammered.
And get to the line.
Told you about his background. Burton.
Time to score. We're up 11. There's still 15 seconds on the shot clock. You don't have to force that. Enjoyed the experience, high level, great intensity, and top-notch talent.
Sharp misses on a 3, fight for the rebounds, and here we go. Irish got to work quickly. Himes in the corner, curling back door. Harrelson.
Second half.
Percentage 3-point shooter. His assist to turnover rate. 80 seconds. This is Kingston Flemings turning the corner. Missed it.
Second half.
So Flemings 1 of 2. 10-point game. 10 for a national championship.
And keep in mind, last year in this very tournament, Houston.
Nice moment there between Kelvin Sampson and Micah Shrewsbury on that elite defense.